Next up in our main event, Thiago Santos and Magomed Ankalaev. Now, I'll always say this, but I felt like we actually derailed Ankalev's career a little bit with that whole Ion Cutelaba situation. But boy, is he firing on all levels right now. The only loss with that submission to Paul Craig, I think the guy's been absolutely phenomenal. And you really have to go look at Paul Craig's record, just realize how damn good he is. But in this fight, it's going to be a lot of kicks, a lot of kickboxing. And for Thiago Santos, I think this is going to be a fight where his technical skill is very much going to be tested. Because even before the Walker win, the John Jones, Glover, Rakic, 3 in a row is just... Those are the ones you're just like, I've been tested. I've taken on the best that the UFC possibly has to offer, and I've looked okay. In this fight, I mean, do I think Ankalev's going to be a favorite? Obviously. But for me, it's almost like, does Thiago have the kickboxing to keep up? And will he have a game plan where for 5 rounds he's able to do it consistently and avoid the big shots? Because not only has his chin been susceptible, but Ankalev's just on a technical, completely different level, man. I when you watch him fight and you rewatch the Volkan Ozdemir fight, it's just, even when he gets hit, he doesn't seem to feel it. He's able to get out of the way, rolling with punches, but also countering very well. And once he starts lining up his strikes, I mean, they start to really land with clear intent. And that's where, for me, the combinations, the technical kickboxing style in a light heavyweight fight is not going to be 5, 6, 7 punch combos with kicks. It's going to be the 2 and 3s where, at the end, it's a head kick that can send you to the moon and back. But that's, for me, where I see this fight. It's like, who's going to have the better combos? Who's going to be the more exciting fighter to be able to get those opportunities and openings to create some big damage? I actually think this is going to be close. But for me, as much as Thiago Santos might want to kick, I mean, I think that in close battle in the boxing that opens up some, potential grappling for him is where he wants to take this fight. I just don't think standing at a distance and fighting Ankalev's fight to a T is the smart play here. I think he does have to eliminate something there on the feet. And I mean, as a striker, for how good Ankalaev is, you have to nullify something. And for me, why not the kicks? You avoid the body attacks that slow you down, even the leg kicks that might take away some of your power shots. Really just make it a dirty box fight that allows you to clinch up a lot, that allows you to take it to the ground and maybe just smother him a little bit, steal the points. I do think that as a fighter, that's the biggest issue I've seen from a lot of guys is they all just want to stand there and bang with pretty much anybody. But it's like, at what point do you accept a game plan? At what point do you accept that it's MMA and it's okay for you to look like the wrestler and the grappler because the W is the most important? You can't let the lights and the big, Dana White reasons to finish everybody be that aspect of why you're winning. Like, regardless or not, if you lose, no one's coming to that party to, shell you all the money that you need. It's just not like that. And for me, it's this is a fight where you're having 2 guys who love to stand in battle, but who's better at what? And I think if Thiago Santos can attack this fight in the sense that, yes, we need to nullify something here. And why not take out the legs from Ankalaev just to make this a bit of a boxing match where he's in close and he can open up the options for, level changes, clinch work, some good Muay Thai. I just think that's a really good path to victory for Thiago Santos. But let's be honest here. Ankalaev, minus 200, minus 170. That's where I see it maybe a little higher. But you really have to think about how close the numbers are, but just how deadly these guys have looked against, recent fighters. And Ankalaev is just on another level right now. So I'm going to stick with... I already clicked. So Ankalaev opens as a minus 333, and now some places are giving him at minus 650. I mean, don't touch that line. There's some at minus 550, which makes more sense. So Thiago Santos, plus 240 underdog, now is high as a plus 425 in some places. That is by far the most shocking line for me. And to be honest with you, if that's how the fight goes, I mean, in my notes, I literally wrote, this is a transitionary fight for Magomed to get into a title picture, in the light heavyweight division. I think that that's where this is headed for him. And when you look at the guys that are fighting for that, it's kind of, we're getting a new wave of challengers, which is exactly what we want. We got the Yuris, we got the Magomeds. Those are the best parts of kind of watching a division replenish itself over a generational period. So, you know, the best division that ever existed in the light heavyweight, in the UFC is starting to look a little better. So keep an eye out for that fight. Obviously a great main event. It's going to be 5 rounds. Hopefully we get to see a great technical kickboxing fight for 5 rounds, but don't be surprised if someone gets dropped or someone decides to grapple. So as always, guys, videos are up on YouTube. We'll get the Spotify link for the podcast up tonight. Check out Instagram for the picks on Saturday. We're going to check out the weigh-ins tomorrow and go from there. Always a pleasure. Looking forward to the next time. Peace.